Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Melo7 Gaming, and we are back taking a look at the Mech Warrior 5. I almost said online. The Mech Warrior 5 editor, using the Unreal Engine, and of course my cable there for my headphones is all caught up on something. Now I recorded this once already, and I recorded it badly, so we're back to do it again. This thing is so much more than I was expecting. There are literally thousands of assets, like tens of thousands of assets. It was like 80 or 90% done and still said it had 11,000 assets to load. It had thousands of shaders. It's got new plugins that are available. Low entry allows you to provide you with blueprints to create and parse JSON, MW shaders, victory plugins, right? Database, experimental, gameplay. I mean, I don't even have an idea of where most of this is going to go and what we can do with it. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. We take a look over here at our different modes and our classes. There's the leopard, an abstract mech, right? Abstract pilot encounter. We come down here and we look. We've got audio, we've got demos, we've got dialogue, employers, factions, icons, inner sphere data, stuff for the instant action game mode, right? We've got our log player here. We do have a couple log errors here, but let's just kind of minimize that and get in our way. Modes, movies. I mean, I don't even know how much stuff there is here. AI, right? We've been doing all these AI experiments. Well, maybe now we can just get it and take a look at it, right? Behaviors. Can I go, let's see, if I say go to location, I can create my own AI behaviors, right? So this means that hopefully we're going to be able to create things like different modes of where we say, I want this mech to have this role, and I'm going to build that into the game, right? And I can say, maybe it's a drop-down box that says I want this mech to have this role. Or maybe we hard code those into the formation slots, right? Maybe 4 is always going to be in a support role, and his AI is going to behave that way. That would be either option I'd be over the moon with. At some point I did I didn't do a bunch. I did 3 mods for Battletech, and they're just graphic mods. They're nothing fancy. They're just to add different unit emblems and crests into the game. I'm guessing somewhere in here I can change the horrible horse head one that we have and do that. Where it is in here, I have no idea. It's going to take me a while to find it. But you know what? We've got some really nice tutorials, it looks like, built in here. I mean, we've got the basics. We've got the editor's code right here, animation, how to do the landscape. I mean, there's so much here. I can only imagine what you guys are going to come up with. The modding community around the Battletech games is so bonkers, with so many super talented people that work on this stuff. I can only imagine this stuff, you guys. It's going to be great. I played a lot of Unreal Tournament back in the day. So 98, 99, we had our barracks in Germany all wired up and for LAN party stuff back before we could do all this sort of stuff, right? And the mods and the maps that were coming out for that game were crazy. My favorite character map was the Lego guy with his little Lego blaster. That was my favorite one to run. My favorite map was actually a space station from 2001, where the gravity levels changed depending on how close you were to the center. So if you were in the center of the station, it was 0 gravity. And if you were out at the end, it was, I don't remember if it was a full gravity or half a gravity or whatever it was. But the gravity actually changed depending on where you were in the station. And that was over 20 years ago. You could do that with the Unreal Engine for modders. So I who knows what you guys are going to come up with. Now, I'm sure there's other games over the years that have come up with decent mod support. And I don't know if this is just because they're using Unreal Engine now that they can do this, or if this is just PGI knowing its audience, right? And giving us the opportunity here on a single player game, as opposed to MWO, Mech Warrior Online, where modding is much more expected, or is a you can do it, right? I mean, you can't mod a multiplayer game, right? That's competition. Somebody's always going to be upset that somebody's cheating. So they couldn't do it for that game, and it uses does that one use CryEngine? I think it uses CryEngine. So I don't know if this is just if we have PGI to thank for this, or if we have Unreal Engine to thank for this. I'm guessing a combination thereof, but this is nuts. I mean, you compare this to, say, what the Battletech computer game gives us now, which is essentially they took what we were using already and kind of made it official, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't really work very well. At least my mods don't work using their bit, but they still work if we do it the old way. So their idea of mod support was just saying, keep doing what you're doing, and we'll put a half-assed version of it over here that you can pretend works, as opposed to this, which is frankly insane. So I can't wait for you guys to dig into this. I can't wait to see what people come up with. I can't wait for Epic to add, kind of their own workshop to support modding throughout their gaming library, which we're told is coming soon. So keep your fingers crossed. Keep buying games from them, right? It's one way to tell them that you're here and that you need this stuff. And yeah, I'm just flabbergasted. This thing opened up and I saw like the number of assets that were loading. I saw all the shaders that were loading. It takes a while to fire up the first time. I'm going to start working my way through some of these. I haven't done programming since 1992, and that was Turbo Pascal. So I know that dates me, but I loved coding at the time. I keep thinking about maybe taking some coding classes. I teach at a college, so obviously I can take a class there. And maybe this will be the extra incentive I need to go do that. We shall see. But in the meantime, this is it. It's out. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I'm going to enjoy what you guys do with it. And we will see you guys next time. Have a great night. Cheers.